You are watching this video because you teach college. Students are mostly 18 years of age and older. Adults, right? Adults can make their own decisions on whether or not they come to class, right? Well, yes and no. Student participation in class is part of learning. Being engaged in class discussions, discussion board, video discussion board, group work, and listening to short lectures is all part of the instruction, whether in person or online, hybrid or blended. When students don't attend, they miss out on a lot. So it is important to document attendance. First, because it links to financial aid money, and second, it is critical to their success. Welcome to Taking Attendance and Why. Here are some ways to take attendance in an in-person or hybrid class. Calling roll. Hopefully, this is only for the first few weeks. Then you will know everyone's name and can just look around the room. Assigned seating. Although weirdly after the first day, they all sit in the same seats. Signing in. I've seen this done in bigger classrooms, labs, or art classes where students are working on projects right away. Do a fun question of the day quiz at the beginning or end of class. Could be random or course related. Use an app so they can use their phones. Work in groups and have group turn in something at the end of class or have a short presentation. A teach back. Here are some ways to take attendance in a blended class. Calling roll. Cameras on. If I see you via camera, you are present. Use poll questions in Zoom to ask at the end of class when cameras are not on. I found students are there to answer roll and then leave. This will catch those. Have a small group activity and put them in breakout rooms. Here are some ways to mark attendance in an online class. A weekly discussion board. Have initial response due on Wednesday and respond to classmates by Sunday. Change it up. Have a video discussion board. I like to rotate between a regular discussion board and video. I get to see my students and they get to see each other and get to know each other and be engaged. Have a weekly content review or quiz. You can also see when the last time logged into Brightspace. I use this and will reach out if it's been over 7 days since they have logged in or turned in an assignment. I commented earlier a bit about why we need to take attendance. At the beginning of the semester, when you get the email asking you to verify participation, this is tied to financial aid. Our records department needs to know that the student attended class and did something, and there is a timeline, or it delays students receiving their money and they can get dropped from classes, so make sure you meet those deadlines. I love getting to know my students, and my goal is by the end of week 2, I can greet them all by first name. And this can be done by calling roll, looking at your students, maybe asking some questions. Attendance is critical for student success, and I don't think anyone can argue this. In any modality, students need to show up. And lastly, documentation. This actually helps you when students go to your supervisor not liking their grade. We always listen to both sides. 9 times out of 10, the instructor tells us how many absences the student had or how many missing assignments. When I can go back to a student or a helicopter mom and give dates of absences, case closed. You can use Brightspace. It has an attendance option, an Excel spreadsheet, or an old green school book. Just ask the adjunct secretary in the adjunct office, or whatever else you like. Just make sure it has dates. And there you have it. We discussed the how and why to take attendance. For additional questions, reach out to your direct supervisor.